Welcome to the Irreplaceable Dental Assistant Podcast, brought to you by D.A.M.E, Dental Assisting Made Easy. This is a safe space to be mentored, empowered, energized, and equipped. Welcome to the first episode of D.A.M.E's Irreplaceable Dental Assistant. Are we looking for job security? You bet we are. In fact, if you are irreplaceable, it means that you will never have to look for a job again. New opportunities will find you. Think about it. Are there people who you've worked with who are just so well-rounded that they seem to manage just about any situation? They communicate well with patients. They're good team players. They have a good working relationship with the boss and the team. And they're excellent at what they do. I guarantee you that this didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of work. It didn't happen by happenstance. That person made a decision to do things a certain way, and you're looking and admiring the end product. Most times when we see someone who we admire, it's been years of investing in developing their people skills, garnering the technical knowledge, becoming efficient, honing skills to communicate clearly, understanding how to navigate their way around different personalities and the team. Quite frankly, becoming a leader in that person's own right. And that's what you need to become, a leader in your own right. And you know what? The hardest person to lead is yourself. But I can tell you that as a dentist, I depend on my team to guide me through the day. We know what our mission is and our core values, and they guide us through the day. And I would say that the dental assistant is the glue. Each dental assistant is a connector. The assistants, they soothe and they reassure our patients. They translate. Now, what do you mean by translate? Well, many times I'll do my best to explain, and at the end, the patient shakes his head or her head and says, "Yes, doctor." And then they turn to the assistant after I've left the room and say, "Now, what did she say, honey? I didn't understand a word she said." But that's okay. So my dental assistants often have to explain and re-explain so that our patients understand. So, in addition to that, they have to be properly prepared so that I can provide quality care in a clean environment with properly sterilized instruments. The dental assistant also coordinates with the business assistant to ensure that the people at the front desk are aware of the treatment that was provided and the future treatment. To be frank, that's just scratching the surface of all the things that a dental assistant does. So, let me tell you, there is no dentist in their right mind who ever fires an irreplaceable dental assistant. In fact, irreplaceable assistants often are relied on more they're eventually given more responsibility, and they're elevated to leadership positions. So, how high do you climb? You decide. Because really, the sky is your limit. So what is this going to do for you, this podcast? It's going to provide you with the support to ensure that you have the encouragement, the strategies, the guidelines, and the support to soar. So here's my question. Are you ready? Well, if so, let's go. What is the most popular question that a child is asked. Well, it may not be the most popular, but among the most popular questions. What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do? So today I'm not asking you what do you want to do, but I'm going to ask you what kind of dental assistant do you want to be? Take a moment and write down 3 or 4 descriptive terms. I'm going to give you some examples. Reliable, efficient, likable, thorough. Think of your 4. You know, let's face it, we're all different. We have different personalities. And we have different backgrounds and life stories. We know our strengths and weaknesses. So each one of us is going to have a different set of words. So let's say you tend to run late. One of your words may be to be punctual. If you're a bit of a scatterbrain, then being more organized may be one of your words. Take time to think about it. What is it about you that you want to improve on? Next, let's think of a strategy. So let's say you're perpetually late. You may want to set your watch or your clock 15 minutes faster. You may decide to get up an hour earlier. You could leave the house with enough time that even if you encounter traffic, you'll still be on time. So that may be leaving 15 minutes earlier, half an hour earlier. Only you can determine that. And let's say if traffic builds up after a certain time, you may elect to leave your home really early, get to work on time, and then go to the lunchroom and have your breakfast, rather than eating at home and risking running late as the traffic builds up. These are very specific things, and this is how you have to look at each one of your words very specifically. What are some things that you know if you do these things, they may help you to become what those words are. Someone who wants to be thorough may keep a small pocket notebook to record anything new, or the order of things, or things that need to be in a certain place. Anything that will allow you to record, so later on you can, go back to it if you can't remember. See what other people are doing. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Google. I love the University of Google. There's so many things that you can learn from other people. It's okay to borrow somebody's techniques or look at their ideas. That's fine. Then after you've done that, give yourself a time frame. How long are you going to take to go from where you are now to where you want to be with each one of those words? For instance, how long do you think you want to give yourself to get into a routine so that you are always punctual? Be realistic with it. Don't say 2 days if you know it really would take you 3 to 4 weeks or even 3 to 4 months to get into a routine that works for you. Whatever it is, give yourself a time frame. Remember, we're not looking for perfection, but you want to get closer to doing those things well. Because you know what? That's going to make you feel so much better about yourself, and it's going to make your teammates feel better about having you on the team. Then look back and see what you've accomplished. Measure it. Measure the process. Perhaps you used to be late 3 or 4 mornings a week, and now you're never late, or maybe you're late maybe once in a blue moon. What we've gone through is the process of goal setting. Goals are these things that we want to accomplish, but a goal is not a goal until you've written it down. And here is an acronym: SMART. A goal should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable, it should be relevant, and it should be time-based. Specific. What specifically do you want to do? How are you going to measure it? Think of something realistic that is attainable, because if your goals are far out of your reach, you're going to get frustrated if you can't attain the goal. Is it relevant to what you're doing? And we said to make it time-based. That means you're giving yourself a specific time in which to get it. Let me tell you, personal goal setting is one of the best ways to improve. Let me let you in on a secret. The hardest person to lead is you. It's easy when something doesn't go well to blame it on someone or to blame it on something. But if you can assess it and determine what could have been done differently by you, because that's who you control, you, and you think about how you're going to adjust the next time around, you'll be better prepared and you will feel so much better about yourself, because despite whatever, you were able to push through and achieve or maintain whatever it is. And you know what? As we set these personal goals and we achieve, you set another set of goals. And as you set a new set of goals, you push through, and little by little, you look back and maybe you're that person who you admired in somebody else some time ago. As you move on your journey to become that person that everybody wants on their team, to become that person that your boss can rely on, to become that person who feels good about what she does in the workplace, her character. Not such a reputation, because your reputation is what other people see, what you want them to see, but your character is who you are when people are around or they're not around. So, listen, it's been great speaking with you for these few minutes. Remember, the only person you can control is you. Start out by setting some personal goals. Make them smart. And as you achieve one set, you challenge yourself to another set. Self-improvement as you lead the most difficult person to lead, yourself. Okay, I am going to leave this word of encouragement with you. And it comes from the Bible. It's from the book of Philippians 4, verse 13. And it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Girl, you're a rock star. Guy, you are a rock star. There is nothing you can't achieve. Rock on, my dental assistants. Catch you next time. Becoming irreplaceable doesn't happen overnight. In fact, it happens one goal at a time. So let's set some goals. Smart goals. Specific, attainable, measurable, relevant, and time-based. We'll meet again sometime soon because we're better together.